I had a year 1-2 class. I'd like make the move because we were doing animals, we were doing interdependence and so I was making the move like as animals, so like you've got to move as mice to your table, so it just had them, and then they had a little like activity to do on their way. But
I think if they're actually at their desks doing the activity and you need to bring them back, I think always sort of from the outset having a sort of idea of time for themselves, so knowing that they've got this amount of time to do the work, so that they are, you know, getting ready to come back and listen. Sort of it may not work, but sort of so they do have a time frame to work to. I found that does
expecting you.
Yeah, they're expecting you to want to stop them and things. Like
so
that.
hard wanting to stop children halfway through when you can see they're working on tasks, but you know you need to move on.
Yeah, I use a lot of, like, if I was going to stop them, I use a lot of clapping or clicking like that. If you click a pattern and then they copy the pattern, they physically, in order to do that, have to put their pens and pencils down on the table, and so that they have to be listening. Or like clapping, they can either have, if I clap once, they finish the sentence, they want to clap twice, they put everything down on the table and clap a third time, and they should all be looking my way, and then the rewards go to whoever's eyes I can see first, who's looking at me, nice looking and nice sitting and things like that, which is quite good.
The children are then like, and then nudging each other and they're telling each other to do it.
I think it's a confidence thing though. I've found in some of the placements I've been on, and the class have just not wanted to listen. And you think yourself, like, if you raise your voice, you just sound silly, don't you? Like, if you're trying to get their attention by raising your voice, you feel silly, and you just think they're not going to listen to me just by saying, you know, excuse me, a bit louder.
I've made that mistake of going, right, and then by the end of it, your voice is going, and it's not the best. And I've been told, just wait. If you have to wait for, it may seem like nearly 5 minutes wait, because they do stop and they will respond. And if you've waited for a duration of time, then you can.
It's really weird. While we were trying to get them speeding up in their work, on one of my placements, we used to praise quite loudly and avidly, "My goodness, Claire, look how much work you've done, and you've done so well, and we're going to be finishing soon," and showing the rest of the class what she's done, so they go, "Okay, we've only got a minute left, let's try and do what Miss wants us to do."
Yeah, sharing ideas is a really good one, because if you're stopping them to say, "Look, this is going to really help you, I've got, you know, Johnny's done something here that's absolutely fantastic," like you say, and everybody can share Johnny's idea, and they all think, "Oh, it's going to be something that's going to help me," so then they're quieter. If you have like a noise chart or something on the wall, I don't know if you have, like animals is a really good one, because you can think of obvious small to larger animals, or in the school I'm in the moment, we have silent work, we have talking partners, and we have table voices, and they just have an arrow pointing to whichever one they want to, or they're supposed to be working at, and if you move the arrow, all of a sudden you'll see like the little ripples going, "Oh my gosh, we've got to be quiet," or "Oh, we can talk really loud now," you know. They do respond to that, and because they're so used to looking at it all the time, you don't always necessarily have to be the one that's actually there going, "Right, children, everything down on the table," because, you know, if they've got their back to you, again, they're not always looking.
Children should be expected to work in complete silence either, should they, really?
And that's not what we're aiming for. Realistically, when you ask for complete silence,
you just want them to be
really quiet. You don't mind if they're whispering to their friend, but then in a way it's quite nice and important for them to know that that's allowed and stuff.